crazy. So football never stops for us. It just never.
You know what also never stops?
The thing that you're getting all sorts of worked up about. I see your hand. Yes. Yo, you're getting worked up. And every episode, like we said, we are passionate sports fans. We are passionate wrestling fans. So we're going to talk wrestling before we get out. And we're going to do our wrestling wrap up, which is brought to you by the Circle of Debate podcast and network. And you can check them out every single day over on Circle of Debate. Just search
I'm that
YouTube.
Happy.
Yeah, you must be funny. Advertising that you got kids laughing.
You said, I know. Great time for Colton to run in the room, but they're always live over on Circle of Debate every Wednesday when I'm doing the watch along. But the wrestling wrap up is brought to you by Circle of Debate. You can find this segment every week over on the Circle of Debate YouTube, as well as Game Breaker Sports YouTube right here. And if you're watching on Twitter, we see you. We appreciate you. Swing on over from Twitter. Come on over, like the video, subscribe to the network. But most importantly, you can interact with us. We want to talk to you. Come talk to us. Get over on the YouTube, talk to us, Game Breaker Sports. But Streets, I know you're itching at the bit. You've wanted, because me and Streets have switched roles, all right? I used to be the hardcore wrestling, and he used to be fantasy football. And now I am football, fantasy, football, and he is wrestling. We had the WWE Raw on Netflix last night, and I know Streets wants to talk about it. And you guys can always catch it here. But also remember, you guys can catch it on the World Elite podcast, which these two boys, the boys from the Bayou, run, all right, with Jordan. So swing on over to the World Elite podcast as well, World Elite podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to them live weekly, plus Marcus's rants as he goes throughout the week, all right? So make sure you guys check out the World Elite podcast for them as well. But Streets does not have an outlet to rant. So Streets, talk about Raw on Netflix. Talk about what you want to talk about, baby.
And for the hardcore wrestling fans, trust me, World Elite, they're going to give you the meat and potatoes of that. I am as casual gets. So like that Monday Night Raw that we saw is right up my alley. Like it's all the pomp and circumstance. It's all the legends coming back, except F Hulk Hogan. I don't like him, but we got Cena, we got The Rock, we got Taker on a motorcycle coming out, putting over Rhea. Like, that is, you want to get me to run through a damn wall? That's the type of Raw right there that it'll be. And then of course we get the finale right there. Well, we get the aura, the man himself with the most aura I might have ever seen in professional wrestling in my entire life in Roman Reigns. Getting his follow back, putting up that one, The Rock giving him that back, putting him over, crowning him the tribal chief once again. And then we get the end, the best in the world, CM Punk going out in a banger against Seth Rollins. We're sure to see Seth now turn heel on this one, but we're also sure to see CM Punk ride this out as he takes on his road to WrestleMania to one of the night main events. Book it right there. I enjoyed it. I actually thought it was a great Raw. I know there wasn't a lot of wrestling, and Bakley's going to come in here comment soon about their wrestling show without wrestling. But I thought it was fantastic. I love all the promos. I love when the legends come back. I get my jollies off there.
I love your excitement, dude. Your excitement. You're not a casual anymore. You might say you might be a casual in the grand scheme of wrestling, but you're not a WWE casual. You are as regular as it gets, dude. Dylan. It's funny. I tell him, and no one believes me because of the amount that I still invest. I'm a casual nowadays. All right. I am more of a casual with it than any of our circle. I am by far and away the biggest casual of us all. I loved it. And I'll talk about mine in a little bit. But Dylan, what did you think about your I think what I like to clarify your Dylan's fandom is he's definitely not a casual. He's definitely invested. But he is not an in the weeds as a lot of these fucking, I'll say it, dorks on fucking Twitter are nowadays. All right. He is more level set casual than I think in the weeds with it. So Dylan, just wanted to throw that out there as far as what you are. What was your thoughts on the show last night?
I mean, the entire show was great. I mean, the excitement level, the hype level that WWE put out was, kind of like the same hype level of like a WrestleMania. They hype up, debut of Netflix like they would for 2 nights of WrestleMania. I mean, that's what they give us. I mean, but if I learned one thing about professional wrestling, doesn't matter if it's WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan, whatever it is, you're not going to please everybody. There's going to be people that complain that they can go all out for a show, and there's still going to be people complaining on the internet at the end of the day. There's going to be people complaining, oh, they didn't debut Penta on the debut on Netflix. We're going to get it next week. Him and Chad Gable are going to tear it down. I'm excited. Really excited they're not pairing him with Rey Mysterio to go against a New Day. I'm happy they're keeping him by himself and going against Chad Gable. Sucks that Gable's going to take another loss, but it's going to be a really good match nonetheless. We didn't get Becky. People are mad about that. People are mad about certain things, but I think everything that happened on last night's show, minus one person who I'll save more thoughts for tomorrow because I don't want to give everything out tonight, but for Thursday, for World Elite, I don't want to get everything out, because I have a ton to say about a certain person that they brought out who didn't get the greatest ovation of all time. But we got everything. We got good wrestling. We got nostalgia. We had The Rock, John Cena, The Undertaker. We got like the legendary theme at first, but then we got the American Badass right after. CM Punk. Everything was so good about last night's show, and of course there's still people that complain about it, which just pisses me off about wrestling fans. It's wrestling fans are never satisfied. But one of the MVPs of last night, just from the entrance alone, was Jey Uso. The Intuit Dome was going nuts. Pat McAfee even had Michael Cole on top of the announcers table going nuts, and Travis Scott, doing something he shouldn't have done inside of an arena like that. But it's each his own for that one. But it was a great show. Everything minus one went fantastic, and it sucks for Jimmy Hart because he should have got a better ovation, but everyone was focused on Hulk Hogan for that one. But
Jimmy Hart just looked like please let me out of here. Please.
He didn't want to be there.
Dylan, did you watch the Pat McAfee show today? Did you?
I did not.
Did you?
I
All
haven't
right.
had a chance to yet.
Well, so what Pat McAfee did was he did a quick segment where a fake Hulk Hogan went to a podium and talked about what happened yesterday and why he got booed. He's like, well, listen here, brother. Jimmy Hart came out and he waved that flag very poorly. And the fact that he waved the flag so bad, it got me boozed. Where was his energy, brother? I was just out there selling to the people, and Jimmy Hart is ruining my energy, dude. It was fucking impeccable, man.
That's great. But no, everything about the show was good, But the best part about it is we weren't getting the same type of quality that we got for a big live special Netflix did with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. A lot of buffering and whatnot. Everything was crystal clear. I had no issues on my end, and just the quality of everything was good. I wasn't a big fan of the ring mat, but the whole sponsors, the color, or whatnot. But it's just a little detail that kind of throws me off a little bit. But other than that, everything went fantastic. It was a great show. It had that WrestleMania type feel to it, even though it was just a simple Monday Night Raw. And they're already piecing together a really good show for next week. So, they're not going to do this every week. They're not going to have this type of excitement level every week. Not every week is going to be fantastic. There's going to be weeks where Triple H can't book a good show. He's been doing it multiple times. He's going to have one bad show every now and then. So, you can't blame the guy. He's a great booker. He's doing great things. Last night was great. And I'm just looking forward to next week, because next week is really shaping up to be a good show as well.
Oh, Dylan, you slayed that.
It's the best season
shit,
now.
Man. Oh. Marcus.
Oh, it was everything. It was everything I expected. What you were saying? I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say Marcus way more into it than Dylan. I was explaining the casualness of the fandoms of the people here with wrestling. But Marcus, you are as elite of a wrestling fan as I know. All right, you are fucking in it. All right, that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, real quick, let me just give this out real quick. They posted this an hour ago. Rest in peace, former pitcher of the Baltimore Orioles, Brian Matus. He died at 37. He had cancer.
Damn.
I remember Matus.
Me too.
First round pick.
He played for played for the Orioles for so many years, and then he finished up with the Cubs.
I know him fantasy. That's how I really know him. Fantasy baseball.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was sick. He was 37 years old. I don't know what cancer it was, though. They just said he had cancer. But yeah, rest in peace.
Get your
Condolences
checks
to his family. Yeah. But last night on Netflix, let me just say I was lucky to not have any buffering issues, just like the NFL on Christmas. But I did get buffered for that Tyson fight. Let me just say the Intuit Dome, I think WWE should just fucking drop going to crypto. Give that shit to AEW. They still can't even sell it out. Intuit Dome is a fucking legit arena. Those lights around the seats, that's built in the seats. Like for Clippers games, before tip off and shit, they like fucking blink and shit. Like that's built in the arena. Like I think every arena should be upgrading to this shit. Imagine an NFL stadium having them fucking lights in their seats, like the Intuit Dome. Imagine I don't know who got like a freaking Bills Mafia lighting up in the snow like that, or the minute Caleb Williams brings y'all to the Super Bowl, y'all got blue and orange lights lighting
Kevin
up.
Warren should be taking notes.
Yeah, in Arlington Heights.
Field.
Yeah, right.
Well, if y'all getting a new stadium, y'all should have them kind of seats if y'all about to get a new stadium.
Tom!
Good morning, Thom.
Brother.
But
my God.
From the future.
But then again, people are gonna bitch and complain saying, "Oh, they only 4 matches for a 3.5 hour show. Like this is why AEW is burying WWE the ground." Like, are you fucking serious right now? Like, by the way, I love the new entrance setup. I mean, I like how they let more fans get involved in the entrance video and everything. The ring, I called it was going to be a dark canvas like old school NXT, but why do they have a fucking Fortnite logo in the dead center of the ring? Like, I don't even fucking play Fortnite. Like, I get Snickers.
I never played it either. I game a lot, never played it.
Where's Prime at? Prime's not in the ring no more. I get Snickers. Snickers sponsors WrestleMania. And then I don't even remember what else they had. Like, where's like Capital One? Where's
Real American Beer, which I hope that cash check.
Where's Cricket Wireless? They sponsor a lot of WWE
or that
shit.
check cash, that's what I meant to say. Yeah.
Put Capital One in that shit. Put I don't know, put some other fucking better sponsors. But it was a great show. I'm not going to listen to Dylan anymore with picks. I thought Heyman was going to turn on Roman. Roman won.
I was dead wrong with that shit, man. God damn, did I get that one wrong?
But every tribal combat match was the same. Multiple people getting involved. That was good to see all that. So, but it was cool to see the OTC get Azula follow back and have The Rock put it on him. Made it even more special. And now Rock and Cody are fucking BFFs like they were beating the shit out of each other a year ago. Now they're friends again. John Cena, I'm calling it. Cena's winning the Royal Rumble. Yeah. I think he enters number 1. He enters number 1, and Joe Henry enters number 2.
Ooh.
Dang.
Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley wins the Women's World Championship back. I feel like this rivalry will not come to an end because Dominic, being a gold digger, trying to get back with Rhea. Rhea kicked him in the, I don't know how you say family jewels in Spanish, but kicked him in the nuts. I think Liv Morgan wins the Women's Royal Rumble and goes to another fucking Rhea feud. And Justin hated that. Bakley hated that. Ivan hated that. Brian hated that. Chef hated that. Like, they're like, no, we want this over with. They want Becky to get involved. I think Becky can still get involved and make it a triple threat match.
You took the words right out of my fucking mouth. I was gonna, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Marcus, good call. Yep.
I think I'm the only one in the game break or whatever you want to call our group chat with everyone that does all the wrestling picks. I think I'm the only one that picked Jey Uso to beat Drew McIntyre, and I showed everybody wrong. Jey Uso was probably high off secondhand degree high from Travis Scott coming out, which was cool. Travis Scott with an updated hardcore championship belt too.
That was
his
cool.
version of the hardcore title. And then CM Punk and Seth Rollins fucking killed it. I mean, that was a hell of a match. Punk got the win. We called it. I don't know if that'll be the end of them two. We're probably going to see them go down the road. But other than all, I thought Raw was a great show, even with the celebrities involved. We saw Mr. Hot and Fluffy get at it with the New Day. We saw a couple of Hall of Famers. Yes, including Nikki Bella. She is a Hall of Famer, too. A couple
Topanga was there.
A couple of other celebrities. Dylan's favorite celebrity was the one that was showing the Boston Celtics logo on his phone. So I don't remember who that was.
Bill Simmons.
Bill Simmons.
Bill Simmons.
Yep.
Raw was great, but other than that, don't forget it's Tiffy time on SmackDown because she's the new WWE Women's Champion, and we're probably gonna get her in Charlotte at fucking WrestleMania too.
You just keep taking the matches out of my mouth. Yes, we will. That's exactly what we're getting, son. Yep, those are the 2 women's matches. Tiffy time for Charlotte, Becky, Rhea, Liv. Guarantee it.
Hey, like Melissa says, wonderful. I love it.
Yes. Tiffy time winning that belt was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's my take. That was great Raw. And then next week, but someone said that Penta was supposed to debut that night, but Rock and Cena blew all the time up for Penta to have his in-ring debut, so he's gonna get it next week against Chad Gable. They kind of gave it away. He's like, I want to face a luchador. Oh, you're gonna face that O'Meara? You facing Penta, buddy. So we got
they gave it away on the video thing. It said Penta on the video. I mean, they gave it away right there.
I thought he was going to show up, but then they're like, no, I want to fight a luchador. Oh, I'll make a phone call. You'll fight a luchador next week.
How do we know that actually wasn't their plan? No one ever said he was fucking wrestling. Okay.
And
did they ever come out and say Penta was wrestling on that day? No.
Oh, and the Platuna pissed off women were bitching about all the legends taking all the TV time because they wanted to try and squeeze in the Women's Intercontinental Championship Finals that night too, and they had to move it to next week also.
Good. Save that for next week. Make that a big deal. Make that main event the show.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be fucking shoved into what was yesterday.
And last I heard, I don't know if this is 100% true. Is SmackDown going back to 2 hours?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, one night they went 3 hours, and
like in June,
Yeah, it's not till.
Oh, okay. Oh, so when I go to SmackDown in New Orleans, it'll be 3 hours. Okay,
yeah.
February 24th.
Same here when they come to Chicago.
Oh, and to wrap it up, I don't know if that's the official release date. I think that's when they're going to reveal the trailer. January 20, was it 27th, 28, WWE 2K25. I think that's when the trailer comes out. Yeah, or that's when they're going to announce the cover. Eli says, oh, it's coming out January 25th. No, it's not.
No.
They ain't even announced the cover.
Yeah, it won't come out until later in the year.
It usually comes out around Mania season. So I said it's going to come out in April, or if they push it to the summer. I think Roman's on the cover. So I guess the tagline, the tagline's going to be acknowledge you or something. I don't know. Like, it's going to be something with Roman, or this is your island of relevancy. I don't fucking know. Like, it's gonna be something like finish your story or whatever, or burn it down for Seth Rollins. Like, they're gonna find a fucking tagline for the game that involves Roman Reigns, or move the needle. How about that as a fucking tagline for 2K25?
I love it. 2026 is gonna be. Phil will be on the cover for 2026. So,
but they need to update the Raw. They need to update the Raw fucking setup for the game. Like, if you have the Raw Netflix, and I like that, the Netflix era. I like we're calling this now the Netflix era with Roman and Seth, Braun Breaker, all these guys, Tiffany Stratton. This is the Netflix era. I like it. And I didn't watch it yet. I'm not even going to bring it up. We'll talk about it next week if you haven't watched New Year's Evil.
Oh, I did see that. I won't spoil it for people, including Streets, but
I saw it, but I'm gonna watch it tomorrow night because I don't catch CW, and I have to wait 24 hours or 12 hours.
Sort of Italian won a certain sort of belt tonight. How you doing? Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. But yeah, I'll spit on Netflix really quick. Raw on Netflix. These people who are fucking sitting here, I hated the show. What the fuck do you guys watch WWE or do you not? Did you guys think you were going to get like 7 matches for an hour and a half of wrestling and that was what this was going to be? Like, have you guys not watched WWE under Triple H for the last year and a half? We get PLEs that are 3.5 hours and are 5 matches. But yet you thought the 3.5 hours on Netflix were going to result in 7 matches and 2 hours of in-rings. Like, what is that even WWE? Like,
No.
what do you guys even watch nowadays? Like, do you watch? All right. I love wrestling. All right. I love I do an AEW Dynamite watch along on Circle of Debate every week. All right. I love AEW. They are a wrestling based program. WWE tells stories. All right. The reason that I like Raw personally is because from start to finish, there's a story involved. I don't get these people in the IWC saying that stories weren't progressed last night, things weren't told last night, there wasn't enough wrestling last. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck do you mean? Okay. I watched this show kick off with a 3.5-minute video about the history of wrestling that, no bullshit. I mean, people know I'm an emotional guy. I don't give a fuck. I cried. All right. I was like, oh, that's why I love wrestling. Oh, yeah. All right. Damn. Holy shit. That shit fucking put tears in my eyes. And I was like, God damn, that is why I love wrestling. And then you get into Hunter. And then you get into fucking Dwayne. All right. Like, what the fuck? And it doesn't matter because it's 2025. And if you're so deep in the weeds and that you're in the IWC that you're crying that there wasn't enough wrestling, or you're crying that someone like Kay Adams is live tweeting Raw and you tweet at her, well, you should probably go watch Okada versus Omega because that's real wrestling. This is just cinema. What the fuck is wrong? Shut the fuck up. What the fuck is your problem? Like, you don't enjoy wrestling. You're a fucking idiot, all right? Go watch actual wrestling gymnastics fucking bullshit. Go do that, all right? Because I can sit here and watch cinema and watch wrestling and enjoy it. But you clearly don't understand the difference in the two companies yet. We want AEW to tell more stories because them just putting on random ass matches is going to kill their product. That's why we say AEW tells stories, because it's wrestling. And forever, there's always been stories in wrestling. Since I've ever been watching wrestling, there's Hogan and Warrior had a story. Hogan and Savage had a story. Austin and Hart had a story. Stories never stopped, all right? And they haven't stopped. And WWE is the greatest storytelling fucking wrestling under Triple H ever is what's going on right now. So we only get 4 matches last night, and for 45 minutes, it's Roman versus Solo with a WrestleMania-like finish. Are you fucking kidding me? That was so hot. That match was so awesome. Roman kicking out after 3 finishers and a fucking spike. Solo kicking out after a fucking spear and some super. Like, dude, that was awesome. And if you don't like it, just don't watch it, because you should know at this point what you're getting from WWE. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You get Trips, Rock, that banger ass fucking match where Paul didn't turn because Paul shouldn't have turned. Why should Paul turn at this point? If Paul is ever to turn on Roman, it should be to help The Rock beat Roman. It shouldn't be to help Solo win. It should be to help The Rock beat Roman. And that's the major fucking faux pas. Like, oh my God, what? That's when Paul should turn on Roman, not on a random Raw, which we get. It was a major show, but that's not when Paul should turn to help Solo, because Solo was just a fucking placekeeper until Rock and Roman do their thing. When was the last big win that Roman's had? I couldn't tell you. That was a win that Roman needed. Why? Because he is their number one guy in the company. Cody's the quarterback. Phil's great. Seth's great. Drew's great. KO's great. Sammy's great. Roman's that guy in that company. He is him. Like Street said, that one up with the Ula follow, that's the biggest aura you're going to fucking have in that company. So you had that for 45 minutes. Then you had John Cena come out and literally build the Royal Rumble single-handedly, because anyone who walked away from that promo and didn't want John to win the Royal Rumble probably, again, shouldn't be watching, because the story is John going for 17. John hasn't won a match in 5.5 years. The fuck? He's like, I haven't won a match in 5.5 years. Go win the Royal Rumble. We all want it to fucking happen. That's a story right there. Liv and Rhea just fucking fighting 3-on-1, dominating, getting the Undertaker to fucking give her the rub. And plus, her and Liv both look great while they did it. My God. Jesus. God damn. Dude, Rhea, the rub. Phil and Seth, that match was Phil's best match back in WWE outside of the Hell in a Cell. Seth looked phenomenal. And what we're not talking about is KO showing up during the Roman match, Drew losing clean to Jay, and then Seth losing clean to Phil. KO, Drew, and Seth are going to form something sooner than later, and the world is not ready for it, all right? When KO, Drew, and Seth form this anti-fucking Roman Reigns bullshit. It is going to be epic. Raw on Netflix was great. Travis Scott fucking smoking a blunt down to Jey Uso yeeting was one of the most. Yeah. Oh, come on. You ain't got to sit here and tell me. I love it. I marked out hard as fuck, dude. I was like, I wish I was in the crowd. I would have asked to fucking rip it. Like, dude, that was dope. All right, Jey Uso getting like Dylan, you said Michael Cole yeeting. Come on.
That was funny as shit. I love that.
It was an impeccable show. It was perfect on every single level. And hey, Penta was never officially advertised to wrestle, and we still saw Penta officially debuting by his name, and then got the tease of Penta and Gable. It was perfect on every single level. WWE's on fire going into their biggest season, and the best part about it is none of us know what's actually going down at WrestleMania. So great job, Papa H. Keep it going, baby.
Yep. Exactly.
And that's all I got. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I think we fucking destroyed.